Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. It's now official. IEBC through Smartmatic has refused to open their servers for the first petitioner, Raila Odinga. So in this video, I want us to have a look at a letter written by Smartmatic. For the letter is going to form the basis of our analysis and discussion right now. Let's have a look at the letter. Smartmatic, Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission, IEBC, anniversary towers there. Then you are seeing Amsterdam, 31st August 2022, that's yesterday. Subject, provision of image of the NTS servers that host the Form 34Cs. Serial number 1. Dear Sir, as per your request regarding the provision of image of NTC servers, we would like to clarify that such images contain software owned and copyrighted by Smartmatic and is thus IP protected. Providing full access would infringe our intellectual property rights. Furthermore, providing third parties access to our source code and security features, including transmission, certificates, and encryption keys, would render the system insecure as it is today for any future use in Kenya or anywhere else in the world. In addition to violation our IP rights, this would also jeopardize election in other countries that are using or have used our systems. Committed as we are to the transparency and integrity of Kenyan elections, we would like to recommend that the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission makes available the following information: all collected data related to the results transmission system, all results submission system logs. This information should be sufficient to extensively audit the results transmission system and to verify that it worked properly. Also, all physical tally reports were available online in real time since election night. All political parties and certified NGO election observers had access to those tallies and were able to audit the results independently. Even citizens all over the world had full access of these tally reports and were able to add the results. Additionally, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission could provide supervised and managed access to the results transmission system from anniversary towers. This additional evidence will demonstrate the accuracy of the results. Sincerely, F. Gunik, Managing Director, Smartmatic International Holdings. That's the letter they wrote to IEBC yesterday. And for those who don't know, that's the company that has been contracted by IEBC to provide a digital transmission of results. And from that letter, something tells me that that's the language of IEBC. And most likely, William Ruto. William Ruto and Chebukati are cleverly writing a letter on behalf of Smartmatic Technologies. Or in other words, they have instructed Smartmatic to write the letter as it is that way. And they have really scripted it down for Smartmatic. So in this video, I want us to dig deep into that to see what that means politically and what the Supreme Court most likely should now do as a result of this. In case you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Yes. In 2017, Maraga and the Supreme Court ordered IEBC to open their servers. They refused, and that letter led to the nullification of the presidential election results in 2017. In 2022, most likely, that behavior by IEBC can also lead to a nullification of this year's presidential election results. Because what is it that is in the servers that IEBC is trying to hide? Because already we were told that there was a way they could do some cloning so that the petitioner Raila Odinga could not gain access to some areas. There is a way they could do some cloning into their servers and systems to avoid maybe access to other areas. But it's now coming out clearly that the most sensitive areas they know, most likely the tampering and the changing of the results took place, they are now refusing access. And I've also seen today Philip Murgo talking at the Supreme Court, and he made it very clear that the little access they were given, they established that a lot of data had been deleted. So most likely IEBC through Smartmatic are still buying their time to delete some data, to put things straight, after which eventually they now just open their servers. This is conmanship of the highest order, and this should not be tolerated. It shows and demonstrates Chebukati bungled this year's election. And he most likely bungled this year's election through some rogue officials within IEBC and even that Smartmatic technologies. That comes out very clearly because there is no concrete reason, or rather there is no reason that they can give to defend why they are refusing to open the servers. That's a confirmation beyond any reasonable doubt that Chebukati bungled the election using technology. And now I also listened to the Supreme Court judges talking. Something tells me that some of the Supreme Court judges maybe are already in IEBC's pocket. And I'm saying that because even before, or rather on the day of the pre-trial conference, Paul Muite and the lawyers representing the former commissioners were blocked from accessing the court. And even yesterday still, we saw Orengo trying to plead with the judges that nothing was going on. We saw Orengo and also Paul Mwangi. But the body language of Lenaola, Justice Lenaola, showed that he was a very arrogant and a man who was also working very hard to thwart justice. I don't know whether you also saw that, but personally, I saw a Justice Lenaola who most likely might be reading from the same page as IEBC and William Samuel Ruto. And this is why the Chief Justice herself must now make sure that her bench follows the law. Otherwise, from what we saw, the kind of submissions, the kind of submissions we saw from the petitioner's side, only a blind person maybe never saw it. Any competent court of law with the kind of evidence adduced by the petitioner's lawyers, any competent court of law has no option but to nullify this year's presidential elections. And not only to nullify, to penalize Wafula Chebukati and the two commissioners together with the CEO, Hussein Marjan. That's exactly what I saw yesterday. So with this thing of now IBC refusing to open the servers, that should also reinforce the petitioner's case at the Supreme Court of Kenya. As I conclude, I believe that the elections, or rather the declaration by Chebukati, cannot stand the test of time. It was a rigged election, a bungled election. Before I conclude, I'm very much humbled to our fans and subscribers here for the kind of support you are giving me here. For any other person, I've pinned my number on the comment section. You may want to have a chat with me or to support this channel. You can channel your support through the number I've pinned on the comment section. To those watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible again, subscribe, give this video a like. Let's meet in our next analysis. God bless you. God bless Kenya.